Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another AWI pod. I'm going to call this the King and Queen of the Ring special. That's what I'm going to call this. I'm your host, Brent Piles, and with me, as always, is a man who hails from across the ocean from the future. Jay Russell, Glenn Abbott. Glenn, how you doing?
Not too bad considering it's 1:30 in the morning.
Yep, you can't complain. Well, Glenn, you're used to this, so you should be. You should just be. It's normal for you to be up this time of day. It'd be weird for Glenn to do a podcast at 11 a.m. You know what I mean? That'd be strange.
That's it. They were knocking on my door today to check I was still alive, and I said, I said, you have to get used to this. That I work on American times, especially beginning of the week.
Oh, right. And of course, with us as always, he is Mayor, the Mayor of Canton. Mayor of Canton, how are you doing this evening?
Yeah. Man, I was really lazy on this name tonight, but I'm feeling macho. I got the Macho Man, Macho Mayor shirt on. So I'm good. Ooh, yeah, we got the Macho Man purple on tonight. Yeah, dig it.
Macho Mayor, he's got to be. See, now look what you've done.
I had this old little record as a kid that was Macho Duck, and it was Daffy Duck singing the song.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant. That is brilliant. That is.
I'm pretty sure we've looked that up and watched that on the show before. I'm almost certain of it.
Wow. Well, sure. that was a good time if we did, I'm sure.
It's a great episode, for sure. That might have been in the early days before Glenn was even with us. But yeah, I distinctly remember because I didn't believe you. I thought you made it up, and then I looked it up and it was actually true. I thought you were bold. Glenn's got it in his head now. He's gonna be singing it all night.
Yeah,
in Donald Duck's voice.
Yep. My mom used to do a great Donald Duck impression. Amazing. We could talk about things that happened in wrestling this week, but besides I saw the beginning of Raw, but I don't remember what was on the beginning of Raw. Yes I do. It was Sami Zayn. The Sami Zayn Alpha Academy thing. That's the only thing from Monday Night Raw I saw. And the only thing that I took away from that, not saying it was bad, it's just the only thing I took away from it, is that Maxine Dupree is fucking like 6 inches taller than every other person in the Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
It's like standing next to.
I think she's like 5'9". It's not like she's a fucking 6'6" volleyball player or something. They're just all really short.
I was gonna say it's like standing next to Tori Wilson.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The mayor here met Tori Wilson this weekend.
Very lovely looking lady.
Personal by the photo.
Did you happen to see Richard Fleur while you were there too?
I did, and he was in a good mood.
That's good.
So I was happy for old Rick because he was looking good and feeling good that day. Well, JR looked grumpy as ever though. So
JR always looks grumpy these days.
He looked
Talk
angry.
About yourself for a second.
Okay, yeah, but we saw JR, and he was kind of. The weird thing was he didn't seem to be like. Tori and Rick were like interacting and talking to each other, but I feel like JR, he wasn't talking to either of them, which seemed weird to me.
I don't think anybody's talking to him anymore.
To JR?
Yeah.
I feel like he had some harsh things to say about Rick in his book.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Rick might hold a grudge. So.
Oh, yeah.
And
drinks a bit.
I'm trying to think back if JR was around. He wouldn't have been who hired Tori. Because
yeah, he might. I mean, he might have been. He was because I know he was probably head talent relations at that point, so probably had something to do with it.
I was wondering if because that seemed like right around the same time when Johnny, not to mention his name, started around talent relations around like 2002. But I think she was there. Did she come right in with as soon as they?
She did.
Bought WCW?
She was one of the ones who was the original. I think her and Stacy Keibler might have been the first. No, okay, Lance Storm, I think, was the first one to show up, but I think her and Stacy Keibler were pretty early on, and they looked around and said, "Who have we got?" And they said, "Those two." All right, put them on TV. People are having wrist braces.
Yeah. So JR definitely was involved in hiring her then.
Probably.
Yeah, I should imagine Vince had a fit as soon as he saw those two.
Oh my God! Yeah.
He,
Um,
Johnny, get me another chair to fall out of.
yeah. What was I gonna say? From what I saw, Ric Flair flew there on a private plane, and Tori Wilson flew with him. So that's probably why he was in a good mood. He got to fill her full of bullshit all day.
I mean, jet flying Ric
I
Flair.
I texted the mayor and said he probably maxed out his last credit card.
Yeah, when you start doing things like that and you aren't making the money that you were actively, you end up like Antonio Brown, who just filed for bankruptcy after making $100 million in the NFL.
Or you end up like Ric Flair. Hold on, these dogs said.
He's never going bankrupt. If he got down to his last $500,000 or so, he'd just go and do another comeback fight.
That's true.
One.
I don't know if anyone wants to pay for that. Did you see his last match?
I did.
Okay.
Yes, I saw it.
You saw it.
I saw it.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Jim Ladd. Arr.
But I never saw it. I kind of didn't. I love me some Jeff Jarrett too, so I wanted to see it, but I felt like it wasn't gonna give me a good memory of Ric Flair.
No, it was. It was probably better if he didn't have done it, but needs must.
Yeah, he's done a lot over the last decade to kill all the goodwill that he's built up, which is funny that he doesn't get drugged through the mud as much as Hulk does, but
no.
Oh, I mean, there's like, okay, I'll say this. I say it all the time, but nobody says anything about Stone Cold Steve Austin beating up his wife. Not a word ever. We all celebrate 316 Day. So everybody who always wants to get on the morality train, I don't want to hear a goddamn thing on 316 Day. And I'm not excusing anything that anyone does, and I'm not saying anything's better than anybody else. But if we're going to be real about it, let's talk about everybody. If we're going to talk about everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd never, like I said, if you were going to be that moral about it all, in the 80s and 90s, there wouldn't be any wrestler that you could talk about.
You hate them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most 95% of them were not good people.
maybe Ricky Steamboat. I don't know. He could have had some bad stuff going on too.
You can trust old Dick Blood, that's for sure.
I doubt it because his missus stayed attached to him the whole time.
Well, that's her problem.
So,
No, I'm just kidding.
she weren't going to take her eyes off him for a minute. He couldn't get up.
Look at him, pal. Would you if you were married to him? I wouldn't.
I mean, yeah, Ricky was a good-looking man.
His name is Dick Blood, for crying out loud. The mayor's phone's blowing up. He's got somebody needs insurance on their plane or some shit like that.
No, I've been trying to talk to my youngest daughter and granddaughter for like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 days now, trying to set up a time where I can talk to them and FaceTime and see them. And she finally FaceTimes me the one time I can't talk. You got to be kidding me.
Just like kids.
It's typical.
Well, let's not waste any more time. Let's talk about King and Queen of the Ring, which is taking place on Saturday, May the 25th. Oh, yes, it's my anniversary that day. Thank you, honey. No, of course I remember. Stop it. Of course I remember.
Anniversary and birthday back to back. Come on now.
Yeah, so my birthday's Sunday, but then my anniversary is the 25th. Yes, the day before my birthday. So yeah, it is on my anniversary, the 25th. We're gonna have to guess because we don't know who's gonna be in the King and Queen of the Ring finals because that's not taking place on SmackDown. And unlike previous years, when I think they might still pre-record SmackDown and show it later because they're doing this in Saudi Arabia, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yeah, they are.
I almost actually changed my name to Saudi Arabia, and I didn't do it because I thought it was a stretch.
I don't know. I think you've probably gone further.
Well, yeah. Sometimes I rein myself in.
Yeah. So I believe for the Queen of the Ring, Laura Valkyrie is already in there.
Right.
And then, so we've either got, it'll be either Nia Jax or Bianca Belair. What do you think, Glenn? Do you think that they do heel versus babyface or babyface?
I think Nia Jax will win by some skullduggery.
Wait, isn't Nia facing Jade Cargill?
No, Nia beat Jade Cargill by disqualification.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
And I think it's going to go the same way against Bianca.
Don't feel bad, Mayor. The only reason why I know that is because I'm looking at the results right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had any idea.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'll say Nia wins. Are we picking both matches or just this one? Nia beats
this isn't
Bianca.
really going to count for the picks or whatever. I was just kind of getting everybody's thoughts. When we find out who actually is in the match, then we'll text each other the picks. We don't necessarily have to pick. I'm just kind of, for the sake of making a pick right now, but I won't hold anybody to this pick because I obviously don't really know who's going to be wrestling.
Yeah, I see Nia winning it.
I think it's going to be the whole thing. Will be brilliant.
They've really been playing up Bianca Belair's knee injury over the last several weeks, and I think that'll come into play with Nia, where she won't be able to lift her, knee will give out, and something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or like Glenn said, some skullduggery. And then Gunther will be taking on either Randy Orton or Toma Tonga. And I'm going to go way out on a limb here. I mean, I'm not going to go on a limb here, but I don't think that there's any way it's going to be Gunther versus Toma Tonga. I just don't feel like that's the match they're going to have. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Randy Orton Gunther, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And holy cow, what a match that's going to be. That's going to be incredible. That's like a dream match to some. If you think about it.
We could end up with the two giants of the divisions as King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah. Well, let's just do it now. So we're all thinking Nia versus Laura. I think it'll be a good back and forth match, but I just feel like it's better used on Nia being Queen of the Ring than on Laura at this point. So I'm going with Nia. Glenn?
Nia.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't ever feel like the King or Queen of the Ring thing really works on a babyface anyway. It's walking around calling yourself the King or the Queen and acting, like the King and Queen or something. That's more heelish than a babyface. I never thought it worked for a babyface. So
it's like Money in the Bank. That doesn't either.
No, you're right. It's better off with the babyface. I mean, with the heel. You're right.
Yeah.
It's better to get more heat with it that way. Although some babyface cash-ins have been my favorite cash-in ever. I know a lot of people like the Rollins one. My favorite one ever is when CM Punk cashed in on fucking Edge the first time when he became the World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know why, but I love that one. That was the one for me. So then Gunther taking on Randy Orton. Glenn, I think we're all going to pick the same person. Go ahead and go first, Glenn.
Gunther. Ring General and Kaiser. We're going to have Kaiser go Gunther.
Kaiser he'll be King Gunther and Sir Kaiser, like King Mo and Sir Mabel.
Yeah.
Which hold on to your hats because we're gonna have a look at King Mo and Sir Mabel in just a little bit, so don't go away. We'll be having a look at that. Mayor, who do you think's going? You gonna pick Randy Orton?
No, it's got to be Gunther. Gunther is going to look so good with the crown and going to be so obnoxious with getting to be the king, but make it good and not a joke. Yes. Like, I feel like a lot of times the King of the Ring lately has ended up being a joke, like a comedic act. Yeah. And it hasn't really elevated anyone. And I don't think Gunther needs elevated, but he's going to elevate the King of the Ring.
Bingo.
And make it important again.
Well, let's face it, they're totally different. That had what's his name? New Day.
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods was the king. They totally forgot that for 3 years.
Yeah, he won it, and then like remember, I think the Bloodline like stole all of his stuff and then smashed it up. I think like 2 weeks after he won it, so that meant a whole lot.
Yeah, and then that was the end of it. And the same with Zelina Vega. They moved on to another story. I just forgot the fact that she was Queen of the Ring.
My favorite thing from when Zelina Vega was Queen of the Ring is every time they would cut to her, she would just be waving.
Yeah,
No matter where she was, just waving. I always thought that was funny. I mean, that she could punch babies, I think it was cool. All right, so let's go with a triple threat match. It's Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable with Otis, and versus Bronson Reed. I believe it's the mayor's turn to go first. Mayor.
Oh, geez.
This pay-per-view is so cut and dry. There's only really one that I could see going any way but one.
See, Sami Zayn beat the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. Is it too soon to take it off of him? Probably. Would I also be ecstatic to see Chad Gable win a belt? Yes. Would I cry if Bronson Reed fell off the stadium and was never heard from again? No. He seems like a cool dude, though. But just wrestling, it just doesn't work for me.
I used to be a big fan of Bronson Reed back in the NXT days, but nowadays, yeah, it's kind of meh.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not working for me on the main roster. They gave him sunglasses and call him big. Obviously, he's big. Look at him.
Yeah, do we really need? Yeah, I think I've said that before. Do we really need? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
But gosh, I'm gonna just stick with Sammy because it's too early to take it from him. But I could see Chad Gable winning it here.
Who's the champion at this point? Is it you, Glenn?
No.
Or was it? Or is it the mayor?
I think you guys tied last time because you guys picked all the same picks and I picked.
Yeah, and you picked.
Who did I pick? I picked Tiffany Stratton to win the belt.
That's what it is. Yep. That's what it was. That's where you got yourself. It was Tiffany Stratton. I should have known. Well, in that case, I'm not going to go out on a limb then if I'm already the champion. I'm going to take Sami Zayn as well. What about you, Glenn?
Yeah, I agree with you too, unfortunately. I think it's too early to take it off of him. It would be nice for Chad Gable to get it, but I can't see it at this point. And why they made it a triple threat, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Sammy and Gable have been in this feud, and it's like, well, here's Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems forced and unnecessary.
It does. It just seems like they're trying to get Bronson Reed. The Arab Denari or whatever it is they pay in is basically said, we want the big man.
We want that guy who has big in front of his name.
So they've shoehorned him in this match between Chad Gable and Sami Zayn. Which, to be fair, they've been telling the story of from before Sammy won it.
Yeah, at WrestleMania they were telling that story.
Yeah.
I guess. Whatever. I would say then we get Becky Lynch will battle Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. I believe it's back to me, right? I think this might be the situation of like I think Becky was planning on taking some time off. So, like, maybe she could lose it to Liv Morgan here. I mean, I don't know. Becky Lynch. I'm taking Becky Lynch. Go ahead, Glenn.
I was thinking about this earlier. For the same reason that you said it, I think that Becky's going to take some time off, spend some time at home with her family, and they'll put it on Liv Morgan for a little bit.
I mean, I was trying to think of like she's basically like she could really like do something to really solidify herself as a heel by doing something very underhanded to win.
Yeah, and the thing is we're not far off from SummerSlam, really.
That's true.
So they could put it back on Becky at SummerSlam in a return match quite easily.
It's true. She could do something so dastardly to her that it takes her out of action. And then Becky comes back, 4 weeks before SummerSlam, and they build that's a great idea. What do you think? What do you think, Mary? Are you going Becky, or are you going to take Liv Morgan?
See, I think Liv Morgan wins it here. I think she actually holds on to the belt for longer until Rhea can return. After she injured Rhea and put Rhea on the shelf, it makes sense to have her hold the belt and keep going this whole Liv Morgan revenge tour that she's doing, win match after match until Rhea can come back and avenge her title that she technically never lost.
I hadn't thought of that, but that's a great point. I'm not going to change my opinion, even though I probably should. And now it's time. It's the main event for the undisputed WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes taking on Logan Paul, who was also the United States champion. But this isn't champion versus champion. Title for title. This is just with the undisputed championship on the line. When you get to pick first.
I just hope they don't put it on Logan Paul. He's insufferable enough without having 2 belts. So they're going to go with Cody.
Okay, Mayor, are you going to break your streak of always picking Logan Paul or no?
Let's circle back. Is either belt up for winning? Can either belt change hands?
Just the undisputed championship is on the line.
Yeah, Logan
Okay.
Paul, he said he wasn't put in the...
Okay, because it seemed confusing on SmackDown. They said champion versus champion, title versus title. I swear, like 2 times, and then I read that it wasn't. Like
that's what it says on Wikipedia, which could be totally wrong because Wikipedia is not a accurate. But I was looking on WWE.com and I didn't see. I guess I didn't look. So maybe, who knows?
I'm gonna say that it ends in disqualification. Neither, I don't know how I could say this. Neither guy wins or loses their belt. Maybe
brass tacks are going to get involved.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I'm thinking somehow Bloodline gets involved also.
Well, of course. Yeah.
So I kind of see maybe Cody wins by disqualification, and neither. I don't know. I see Cody wins, but it's by disqualification because the Bloodline interfere. They get involved. Maybe one of Logan Paul's goons also gets involved in a Prime bottle, because there's going to be one over there just advertised to the Saudis so he can start selling Prime.
Well, there's
peddling his Prime bottles over there as well. But I just have a feeling that the Bloodline have to be involved in this.
Well, none of them are, but none of the Bloodline guys are on the. Well, I guess they might be on SmackDown. I don't know. You could be. It could be. I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
I think all 3 of them are on SmackDown. Isn't that where they got drafted?
Yes.
Yeah, no, but I didn't mean on SmackDown. I meant at the Saudi SmackDown. So yes, they'll probably be there. You're right.
Yeah. That's what I see happening.
Who knows? Cody leaves with the championship for sure. That's what I'm gonna pick. I don't know how the match is gonna end because I really don't feel like they want to give Logan Paul like a loss right now at this point, like a true loss. So maybe it does end serve some sort of smudge. But I agree with the mayor that Cody leaves with the title.
Yeah, they both leave with the belts that they came with. Something's gonna cause the match to break down.
So it will begin to rain. Prime, the mat will get slippery. Both men will slip, crash into each other. There will be a standing 10 count, and get a count out.
Oh, please book it.
I hope there's an energy drink war one of these days, and Roman Reigns buys into that Reign energy drink that's spelled REIGN.
Oh yeah.
They have the energy drinks.
Here's a way to book a match. Okay. The 2 guys are down. Nobody can get up. It begins to rain energy drink. They drink the energy drink. They pop up because now they're full of energy and they start fighting again.
It's better than Dick Blood pouring out from the roof.
Oh no! Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant Ricky Steamboat repelling.
For most people, that's gross.
What you mean?
I
There you
meant
go.
Ricky
Right.
Steamboat repelling from the ceiling, and okay, Blue Blazer fashion's a terrible example. It's
Like
getting
Sting.
it's
There you
getting
go.
worse
Like
the more
Sting.
I'm talking about it.
Shawn Michaels.
Like Sting.
Shawn Michaels.
I mean, he was a dragon. Dragons can fly, so
Of all the people who came down from the ceiling that you could have used an example,
Blazer.
and if you're offended by that, you shouldn't listen to this show and just don't listen to us anymore. Okay?
it's been 26 years.
Yeah, come on. Owen Hart would laugh at this by now. Stop
It's
it.
not too soon.
Oh, I love you now. That's awesome.
Okay, let's climb out of that hole.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I didn't have as much time tonight, so I didn't want to watch any Memphis wrestling because I don't have another hour to watch it. So I found all these on YouTube. So I'm hoping I'll be able to use them on YouTube too. All 3 qualifying matches for the 1995 King of the Ring, and they are all just what we're looking for. So let's watch the first one here. It comes from In Your House 1. That was in 1995, and it is Adam Bomb taking on Mabel.
Oh, what a matchup!
It's here.
Yes, that's big meaty men slapping meat, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is.
Adam Bomb, King of the Ring, foreshadowing. That guy's. Oh,
Oh,
King of the Bomb. A very interesting get up for Mabel here. I'm not sure what he was going for.
the magic carpet that Aladdin and Jasmine rode on.
That's probably what it was. I hadn't thought of that, but you're right, pal.
It did come out around this time period, I think.
A whole new world
Mabel
is happening to Adam Bomb, that's for sure.
And Mabel looks like a whole new world by himself.
Yeah, he does. Looks like a whole new apartment building.
In your house.
Ooh. He just moved the ring 3 feet. You guys remember where Adam Bomb was billed from?
3 Mile Island.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Dangerous Danny Davis is the referee. You have to mention that. Oh, big bump to the outside here. Actually, this is a pretty decent big man match here. Look at this now. He's flying over the top rope.
Yeah, this is a solid big man match.
He's like a nuclear bomb flying over the top rope. Did you see that? Exploding onto Mabel.
Did you know that the winner of this King of the Ring was the only King of the Ring to win a championship belt for it?
A championship match, you mean?
No, they actually made a King of the Ring championship belt.
Really?
No, right.
Yeah,
Nice.
there's very few pictures that it existed, but I think they used it at a house show a few times, and then it just kind of scrapped it.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up because I hadn't heard that.
That's a whole truck just to get it on.
Yeah, I mean they were like, we can't find a crown big enough for his head, so we'll just get.
That might be the reason.
We'll get him a- what the
Whoa.
fuck was that?
Was that an Inzaguri?
It was a falling accidental kick, I think is what you call it.
That's very good. That.
They teach that in accidental self-defense class.
Whee.
Oh, he catches the big. Oh, that's got to be it.
Yeah. 2, 3.
And that's it.
That actually was a good match. I'm not gonna lie.
It was probably one of the best matches of Mabel's career and Adam Bomb's for that matter.
Yeah, it did everything it needed to do.
Yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, but I'm pretty sure Mabel's on its way to being King of the Ring this year. I'm pretty sure.
An old country buffet.
And he's been to all the old country buffets, absolutely. Always got food poisoning, but kept going for some reason. All right, and now we're going to watch the Road Dogg. I'm sorry, he is known as the Roadie at this point, and he is going to be battling Doink the Clown in our second King of the Ring qualifying match.
He spends his times working hard on the go here.
I'm sorry, this is not. This is actually Todd Bettengill, who looks beautiful, but there we go. Now we got him. That lady is fucking excited. She loves Doink the Clown. I love little people wrestling, but not little clowns. I'll punt if a little clown gets anywhere near me. I will punt that thing through I'll punt that thing like a field goal.
On a tricycle too.
I will kick the fuck out of that thing and then throw it fucking trash hole.
It'll look like ET going through the sky on the bike.
Yep. I don't trust that little fucking cloud. He's gonna bite my fucking ankles. I'm kicking him before he gets the fucking chance. I do not trust him. Here we go. I told the guys that work there I like to watch little people wrestle here.
I wonder what if they knew what you meant. Like
I don't know.
Alexis,
you just left it at that and walked away.
I realized I was like, I'm the old guy that says weird things. I'm sure they'd like tell their friends like, we work with this old guy and he said just says weird. This isn't Matt Bourne Doink the Clown, so this ain't the good Doink.
no.
And this is Road Dogg Jesse James.
Shorter.
Yes, this is definitely Road Dogg Jesse James dressed like a 1995 gym teacher.
The roadie.
The roadie, yes.
The roadie Jesse James in this.
He's just the roadie.
He looks like the third member of ICP.
Oh my god, yes he does. Get him some fucking clown paint. Oh my god, that sounds like my nightmare.
Like if you just put Doink the Clown's face paint on him,
He's
Yep.
he's probably a better rapper than
Jay and Jesse.
he's probably
James.
a better rapper than they are too.
You know, I think they're probably equally skilled. I would say probably.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody as adult that listens to ICP, but I absolutely there was like a collection of kids at every school I think that listen to ICP.
Yeah.
Drinking
Yeah,
fucking
the
Fago.
great Malenko.
Yeah, the great Malenko.
Not
I was
not
like,
Dean.
do you mean Dean Malenko? What the fuck are we talking about here?
No, Dean. Oh, he did get wrestle in WWF. That's right. I was trying to think if he ever came over to WWF as a wrestler.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, ICP was in WCW, weren't they?
They were.
Yeah, also.
They also came over with the Oddities.
They did. They absolutely did. They have their own.
Earthquake hung out with ICP, which is a weird visual.
That's an interesting combination. I wonder what they talked about.
That they saw P.
They were no. I do. I see it. ICP. You know, I hadn't put that together until just right now, so that's great. Oh, I'm uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of doinks rubbing around in areas that shouldn't be rubbed.
There was some doinks across the neck that were rubbing there. That wasn't so good. Oh, what a neck breaker here.
Is that Mr. Perfect under the mask?
It is. Yes, it's absolutely Kirk. I think yes. No, wait. This is 95. So literally, if you listen to this in new week's episode of Warring the Attitude, go back and listen. I literally went back the last like 8 Nitros, and I swear to God, the main event had Kurt Hennig in it, and he lost by DQ every fucking time
He did.
for like 8 weeks. It was ridiculous. I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe it.
What they did to Mr. Perfect, they made him imperfect.
Oh, well, he was the United States champion. He would just never lose it because it was by disqualification.
Now, Perfect never won King of the Ring, did he?
No.
No.
It's hard to remember King of the Ring winners for me. I
So
feel like
93, Bret Hart, 94, Owen Hart, 95, Mabel, 96, Austin, 97, Triple H, 98 was Shamrock, 99 is Billy
Gunn. I think after Billy Gunn, I just started forgetting about.
Yes, I was going to say, and then after that, I'm going to start falling out because I can't really remember. I remember the very last one they had. I think Brock Lesnar won it, and I think that was like the last one they had for a very long time.
That probably was early on in his career, like 2003 or 4 or something too.
I think it was right before he beat The Rock for the championship at SummerSlam. I think in 2002. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, we're butchering this match, but it's actually not terrible.
Whoa.
It's a little long. First one.
Other than the weird gyrations, it's been a good match.
Yep.
I'm not sure who's under the mask for Doink at this point.
Whoever it is a pretty solid worker. I'll give him that.
Yeah, not bad. I know Ray Apollo was doing it for a while, or maybe the guy who played Skinner.
Is it Kern?
Yeah. Which it could very well be Steve Kern, because Steve Kern wasn't a bad worker.
No. Although he's a bit chubby for Steve Kern.
What did you say?
He looks a bit chubby for Steve Kern.
That's true. He does look a bit doughy. Oh, see, you can't trust that little fucking clown. He cost you the match. I'd fucking hunt him in the third row. No other choice.
Gonna spend his days working hard on the go.
But the hands on the clock keep spinning too slow because I can't wait to punt a little fucking clown.
And the little clown's crying. Oh dear.
We're good. Tell him to go fuck himself. And there we go. That's our second match. And now let's get to the third match. I honestly, for the life of me, can't remember even what match it was. Nope, that's the same match, so that's not the one.
Glenn, I might have to cancel the birthday present I got Brent. I paid for a singing telegram to show up to his house, and it was by a little clown.
Well, can you get me a lawyer for the lawsuit? Because I'm going to kick that motherfucker.
You open the door, he squeezes his nose like a whore, and all of a sudden you just Uncle Phil him.
All right, here we go. This is the last one. It's Kama versus Duke the Dumpster Dresser. I meant to turn the sound off.
Oh, son of a gun.
He's here to take out the trash, and he's taking on the Supreme Fighting Machine Combat. Don't worry, we're not going to be driving the hoe train, not this evening. I know Glenn's upset. He was hoping when I said it, but I'm sorry, Glenn. They're not even calling him Dose. They just call him the Dumpster. Imagine that you've been training, working in the Indies. You finally get your big break to the WWF. They bring you up. You're going to be a trash man called Duke the Dumpster Dresser. Well, fuck. Here we go. I believe at this point, Kama is in the $1 million corporation with our boy Psycho Sid, Glenn.
Oh, of course, yeah. It would be this time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I believe that he is. Psycho Sid is main eventing the King of the Ring pay-per-view, teaming with Tatanka to battle Bam Bam Bigelow and Diesel, which is a match we didn't watch because it's 17 minutes and far, far too boring. It's terrible. There we go. Duke the Dumpster taking. Oh, that was much better kick than the one Mabel threw earlier.
You wouldn't have thought that would be that terrible. I know it's not like our usual where it's 2 minutes and 6 people around because it's against Diesel, but even so.
No, this isn't bad either, no. There we go. What's he going to do? Is he going to do a backflip? Okay, it's like a Vader bomb thing.
No.
Oh, the Dumpster got the knees up. He hit him right in the wastebasket. Usually you say the bread basket, but since it's the Dumpster, you'd say wastebasket. Get it?
Yeah.
Dum-dum-dum.
We get it.
I'll be here all week. No,
Is the mayor frozen?
No.
No, he's there.
I had to get my laptop plugged in. The battery life popped up and said 5%.
All right.
I thought that it was fully charged, and I was rushing around trying to find my charger.
There is an old lady in the front row that is, look at this old lady here. She is into this. No one has ever told her this is a work. She is like, I fucking hate the $1 Million Corporation. I hate Kama, and I love Garbage Men. She's telling people right now, my grandson's a Garbage Man. Look at her. She's talking to people behind her. She's trying to rally people behind the Dumpster. She loves them.
Sit down, Gran.
Maybe it's the Dumpster's grandma. We'll never know. You know what? I'm going to say it is his grandma, and you know what? She deserves to be in the AWI Pod Hall of Fame for supporting her grandson so hard. So, Mama Dumpster Drosy, you are in the AWI Pod Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Hey.
Can we just call her Mama Dumpster?
Mama Dumpster. She's in the Hall of Fame. We'll probably never mention her again, but congratulations to Mama Dumpster. I got to write this down. I'm going to write down Mama Dumpster and think of a whole backstory for her. I swear to God. Hold on.
And that's Joycey losing.
Oh, Mama Dumpster's gonna be so upset.
Jesus, he's let down the Dumpster Mama.
Yeah.
He's tarnished the dumpster name. Can you believe it? So there you have it. We might periodically just watch the rest of that because I've looked at the entire 1995 King of the Ring tournament and it's terrible. So maybe we'll watch one match at a time or something. I don't know. I'll look into it. So, but there you have it. That's our King and Queen of the Ring special. Glenn, who do you want to plug before we get out of here?
I'm booking the territory, doing the first and last of wrestling, and their side projects. I'm stacking the territory, looking at the road to Wembley 1981, where Big Daddy fought against Giant Haystacks in the most watched wrestling match ever. 18 million people watched that. Being the elite, the Gator Golf, they're just finished up their series 2 of that, and there is some really shit in that. And of course,
It's the best way to describe it.
DDT Wrestling with DC and Doc, and
The Doctor Who podcast with Danny Inside. Check that out. That's on SJP World Media. Mayor of Canton, or just simply
Mayor.
How about you, sir?
The Mario brothers.
The mayor. Write that one down, pal.
I always found it weird when people called him Mario instead of Mario. I don't know
Super
why.
Mario? Yeah, me too.
It always threw me off. Anyway.
It's like an East Coast thing.
Yeah. So, I'm dying here. Give Mr. Thomas Bryce a follow on all the social media platforms at Thomas Bryce 2017. And check out the website to be able to figure out the easiest way to get to the Sportinarium player to be able to listen to us and all the other great podcasts that he supports. And to do that, you want to go to sportswireradio.org. sportswireradio.org. And I've been gone for a couple weeks now off the old Twitter app, but I haven't been feeling very well and just kind of shut down all social media for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm feeling better. I'm going to get back into the food game here shortly and get a review up this coming Wednesday. So keep a lookout for that. 6 p.m. Wednesday, Meal with the Mayor. Follow me at Mayor of Canton.
Yeah, there you go. Check that out. The other stuff we got going on, I mentioned the Warring to Attitude episode 60. We're almost through the entire year of 1997. We were starting the last month. Next week, we'll be reviewing the last pay-per-view of 1997, which is In Your House DX. Also, the Life and Times of Psycho Sid, of course. There was 2 episodes out last week. We'll have 1 new episode out this week. Make sure you check that out. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to plug. Glenn, it's just time to say goodbye.
Before I say goodbye,
Go ahead.
I'd like to say that anybody that did watch in the volley on Sunday, thank you very much for watching. Sadly, you can't go back and watch it again because apparently they've taken it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, just thank you for that anyway.
I think they were talking, I was watching a show that they were doing with Cy and Mags, and they were talking about how they were going to go into the StreamYard and clip it. So hopefully someone will clip Dan eating that chip. I don't know if you heard about this, Mayor, but Dan ate a chip that was super, super spicy, and it was like a cartoon. You could see the heat rise from his belly up through his neck and out of his mouth. You could visually see it happening.
Was it that Pocky 1-chip challenge?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I did that probably 3 years ago.
That shit was glowing.
And it was hot, and since then they've even made it hotter. So I can only imagine.
No, I was pleasantly glad to see that Dan was in fact alive after that. So hopefully somebody will put that out so you can relive it again because it's hilarious to watch.
It's something to watch. Anyway,
there we go. Now it's time for Glenn to say it. Go ahead.
Goodbye.